So we're not actually moving the house until tomorrow, but we've booked our pitch on the campsite from today because we want to move a few things over there beforehand, so tomorrow's not quite so stressful. Everything that's in the garden box and the garden box itself I've dismantled and put in the van, so we're going to take that over there today. We've also got the water tanks that we used to use that are going with us. We've got some of the plumbing under the house that's going with us. I've also been busy the last couple of days. I took the whole fence out because obviously that needs to go so that we can get the house out. That was a little bit of a pain. I think I did quite a good job of putting the posts in last time because they were quite difficult to get out. I'm also going to have to put that back up again once we leave, but that's fine. I can do that sort of as and when. I don't think we're going to be there for too long. It's just a case of rebuilding the garden box and putting everything back in there. We're also going to leave the car there as well and just come back in the van. So that's one less thing to do tomorrow as well. We can just kind of like both go together, because I think we're going to put the fridge and a couple of other bits and pieces in the van for the move, but the majority of the things we're just going to leave in the house when it gets towed. But yeah, exciting times, getting ready for the move. Last time we moved the house it was a lot more stressful, but I think we're kind of going to do it a bit better this time. Hence we're doing 2 trips rather than 1 and just making life a little bit easier, I guess. Quite stinks of old pipes in here. Stinky pipes. Let's get them out. Alright everybody, it's Sunday and we're getting everything ready for the move. Clocks went forward last night, so it's 9:45 when the clocks are saying 9:45, so with an hour less sleep. Not that really matters too much, but we've got an hour and 15 minutes until the guy who's moving the house turns up. Fridge is in the van, we've got all the food in there, and because we've got electricity in the van we can keep the fridge on. Whereas last time, obviously we just had to have all the food in the fridge, just kind of losing temperature. But everything should be fine this time. Frozen stuff should stay frozen as well. We need to get all these cars moved though, which shouldn't be a problem because I think they're just the neighbours. We can ask them to move. We need to drain the water tank and the water heater, which I'll do probably quite soon, to be honest with you. I think to drain the water heater, there's just a lever here, and then that will drain it out of there. Where are you going, Digby? You're not escaping. No escaping. We've got absolutely loads to get on with though, and we want to give the house a little bit of a clean before we go. So I'm going to put the camera down until that's all done, because we just want to kind of get on with it and try and make today as less stressful as possible. Because it's always stressful when you move house. Even when you're literally moving your house with your stuff in it, it's still quite stressful. Alright, I think we're ready to go. It's 10:50. We've cleared the car park. No one's there anymore. The van is absolutely chock-a-block full of stuff. If it's ever going to be overweight, it's going to be now. Hopefully everything in there stays in place. I've put a strap around the fridge, so hopefully that doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, I guess we'll find out. plant in the way. So it took us about 2 hours to get the house out of the garden, because when we built the pitch it was all kind of like soft mud really.
The wheels sunk.
Yeah, the wheels like really sank down. When we took the house there originally, the house really like sank in the ground because it was so soft. The chassis of the house was touching the ground, so the tyres had sunk like about 4 or 5 inches. So we had to like dig them out, and we had to push at the end, didn't we? We didn't film it, but me, Becky and Becky's dad were like pushing the back of the house to try and get it out.
It was so funny because when
I wish we'd filmed it.
Push, my mum went in the middle, and I was like, Mum, I think you just need to take the top.
Yeah. Oh. But we're out anyway, we're on the road, everything's all good, and hopefully it stays that way. Digby's so snooty. What a stressful day. You guys have got no idea how stressful today was when I thought everything was going to go so smoothly. It's currently 7:15, so the guy arrived at 11:15. So from him arriving till now, what's that, 7.5 hours, something like that. No, 8.5 hours. 11:15 till 7:15. 8.5 hours? Oh, I'm too tired to work it out. We did have a little bit of a booby. I don't really know how well you can see. I mean, the house is level now, but we were on a hill, kind of like that. I mean, that's exaggerated, obviously. So I had to jack the left-hand side of the house up so much that the wheels were floating about 2 inches off the ground. And then because of all that weight that was on there was no support from the wheels. The jack that I had at the front here, it snapped and the whole house came crashing down. And then because of that, we busted the jockey wheel because the house just like smashed down on top of it. I also took a bit of a chunk out of the house there as well. But this is the remains of our jack that was under the house, and that pole there is supposed to be straight. So that got completely busted, and then this is the remains of our jack stand, axle stand thing that was underneath it. So I had to go to Halford's and get a couple more axle stands. Only needed one, but only came in a pack of 2, so I got that. And I also needed to get a trolley jack, which is one of these, if you don't know what it is, one of those things. And then I managed to jack it all up again and kind of fix it all. I put a bit of timber under the wheels, so there's a bit of 6x2. The wheels are now sitting on top of the wood, so these 2 jacks down the side are only taking the weight of kind of the front and back now. It's rocking on the wheels again, whereas before all of the weight of the house was pretty much on these 2 jacks here because the wheels were floating. I hope that made sense, but yeah, when the house came crashing down it was a bit scary. But this is our pitch anyway. When we were here before, we were staying over in that direction here, but we're over here this time. We also have access to a wastewater pipe and water mains. This is something I haven't missed. Aeroplanes flying overhead. But I think that we're going to try and get mains water into the house. So at the moment we've got the water tank and the water pump. So I think we're just going to try and plumb just straight into the house, so we can kind of disregard the tank and the pump completely. And then we never have to fill the water up, which will be kind of useful. And then also if we can get into the waste pipe as well, which we're definitely going to do, that's already kind of like there ready to go, then we never have to empty the water tank either. So it'll be like living in a normal house with mains water and wastewater and everything. So I think that's going to be something that we try and do sooner rather than later. We've also parked next to another tiny house which was built by Tiny Eco Homes, which is right next to us. I don't want to be too nosy though and start showing you that house because it's got nothing to do with us. And I don't want to seem a bit weird in front of new neighbours or anything. I think we're incredibly lucky that it didn't rain today, because if it was raining today, oh, this would have been the worst day ever. Honestly, it would have been an absolute nightmare if it was raining. I'm absolutely knackered. I think I'm just going to have a shower and go to bed, to be honest with you. Absolutely exhausted. I really hope you enjoyed this video though. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did, and make sure you come back next time for more tiny house videos on the campsite. I don't even know what I'm going to do now, to be honest with you, because the van's finished. I can obviously plumb the house in, but yeah, I don't know. What do you do now? What do you do next? I don't know, I have to figure something out. But until the next one, guys, have a safe drive, stay alive, have a lovely day, try not to spill anything, and we'll see you guys next time.